Hi, I'm Jamie Andreas from GuitarPrinciples.com. I'm going to show you what you need to do to learn how to play Over the Hills and Far Away. Now, I'm not just going to keep playing it over and over and give you close-ups of my hand because that's not really going to do you much good. I'm going to show you some practice methods taken from the Principles of Correct Practice for Guitar that will be very effective in teaching your fingers to actually play these notes smoothly. So let's get started. All right, now we're going to talk about what you need to do to learn to play this smoothly and easily, how you need to practice it. The first problem that you're going to have is doing the hammer and pull, and then being able to get that note there and do that pull. The problem's going to begin with the first hammer, because what happens to students when they hammer a finger, especially from an open string to a fretted note, is that all the other fingers tense up and come over like this. And then when you do the pull, it's going to get even worse and it's going to make you miss this note. So, first of all, to practice the hammer in a way that's not going to tense up the other fingers, we use a technique from my hammers and pulls method called the touching technique. We're going to, and this is what I want you to do when you practice this, you're going to put your third finger here first before you even play the first note. Then you're going to play the first note with a down pick, and then you're going to very slowly bring the finger to that first note. You won't even hear a sound, but you will touch the string, make sure your joints are nice and bent like that, and then you're going to press into the string. Now this is the same thing as taking when you hammer a nail and you do a few slow practice runs first and then you do it fast. It's the same idea. We're teaching the finger the path, and by holding the third finger over here, I'm preventing it from tensing up. So this is your slow, or what we call in the principles, no tempo practice. This is where your fingers really learn the movements. So you will push down like that as you're holding the third finger. Now comes the pull-off. The thing to understand about pull-offs is that you actually have to pull the string, so you hear the snap. A pull-off is not just coming straight off. If I hammer and then just come straight off, you hear a very faint sound. It'll never work fast as we need it. So make sure you do your hammer slow like that, and then your pull that string. See the string move, look at it, and make sure it's moved out of alignment. And then make sure you hear the snap. Because if you can't do this, what I'm doing now, you simply won't be able to play this. Okay, so I do that pull off. Now, I'm already on this string, so I take my up pick, and I hit that note with the third finger. And now I've got another pull. And again, I have to pull the string. But as I'm pulling, when I do my slow practice, I'm going to put my pick back on the string that it has to play next. Because if you don't do that, what happens to students is when they will do a pull-off, they'll tense their right wrist, it'll pull the pick away from the string, and you'll miss the next note. So there's the first phrase, how it should be practiced using no tempo and slow tempo practice. As far as slow tempo practice, what you want to do is take your metronome, which I'm sure you have, and we're going to use the basic practice approach from the principles, where we take 4 clicks for every note. Because again, if you can't do these notes smoothly, taking 4 clicks for each one, which is 4 seconds per note, you'll never be able to play it fast. And you might be surprised at how out of control you feel when you do try it slowly, because that's usually what happens to people. So here I go. I'm going to get set up. I got my third finger touching. I play each note at 4 clicks. Now you don't hear that one, but you'll hear the pull. Should have had my pick here. 2, 3, 4. Put my pick on the string. Now you do that at 4 clicks at 60, then you do it 4 clicks at 80 and 100. Then you come back and you do 2 clicks for each one. Put that pick back on and play. And now 1 click. Now once you get it to 1 click smooth, you're going to be close to your goal. Once you get it in eighth odds, now that, if you can do that, you're going to be able to work it up. Now, when I actually play it, I may not touch. I probably wouldn't touch my finger down. That's for training purposes. It keeps it to stay close to the string and relaxed enough to play. Real players who are already developed, they'll do anything. You might see somebody do this. You might see them do it with their thumb over. Because when you're already developed, you can do it any of those ways. But if you're not already developed, you need to practice it this way. Okay, and that will give you real finger control. So, beginning of the song. Now, after that, we go into a G chord. Make sure you overlap that third finger like that, and then the 2 will go like this. You'll be blocking that 5th string. And you come with your strum. And that's the first couple chords. So it's a down, up, down. Easy enough. Now repeat the figure, which I've already showed you how to practice, but now there's no pull-off. It goes back to that string, so the figure is a little different here. This will be marked as an up pick, then this is a down pick, which makes this figure start with an up pick. Now here I have a pull off of 3 notes. So what you want to do here is you get that 3 on. The 1 has to be down with pressure before you begin to pull with 3, and you must really pull it. Again, don't come straight off, you got to pull. Now the thing also is, that you have to understand about pull-offs, is that when it's a fretted note you're pulling to, the receiving finger, which is the note I'm pulling to, has to actually push. If this finger doesn't push as this one is pulling, then the string is just going to go down at both points. This finger is actually acting like the nut would act to hold the string in place if I pulled to an open string. The nut is holding it and the string goes out of alignment. And that's necessary to hear the sound. This finger must hold the string against the pull. In order to do that, that finger must push. So that's why students have so much trouble with these, because they're hard to do. They require a lot of strength, but they give you a lot of strength if you practice them correctly. So your slow practice on this pull-off, and then you pull to the open, where there is no receiving finger. I would make an exercise out of that. I would also do it with the metronome. Up and down the neck, you can do it on different strings, and that's going to build the strength that you need. So after that, we go to that open D and up strum on the D. Now, the exact number of strums probably changed every time he played it, so your main concern is to stay on the beat. But you can't even begin to put it together like that until you put it together slowly. So that's your first goal. So I have repeat the first figure, repeat that part, and now a 16th note pattern starting on the open D. So I just strummed this D chord, so I'm actually going to leave my fingers in place on the D chord. And I'm going to do like that. Play the opens I need, remove the 1, and now when I put the 1 down, I'm going to put it flat like this. Okay, not up like this, but flat. And I'm just going to roll it a little bit back and forth to get the notes I need. And that's how that figure is done. And that's all from before. Now, I come to this C chord, so I've got that pull. I'm going to come on these 2 bottom notes of the C chord. Now, when you make this change, which is a very common change to a G with a B in the bass, what you want to make sure of is that you hold your 3. You remove your 2 and you put that behind the 3. And then you put your 4 down. Or you could do both those things at the same time like this. But what you don't do is remove your 3 and then jump into the chord. You keep this down, enables you to keep what we call the heavy arm, which is your arm weight added to the strings, and you make the change like that so that your the large muscles of the shoulder area are never engaged. And that's what all good guitar players do. And now for the next chord, when you go to this B flat, okay, it's the same thing. I do the C to the G, B like this. And now I'm going to hold my 4, I'm going to hold my 2 as I put the 1 down. And I've got to make sure, again, the hand has to be developed to a certain extent to be able to comfortably get that 3 over there. And then I'm going to remove the 2. So that's how that change is done. Okay, 4 is held, 2 is held, 1 is placed, 3 is placed, 2 is removed. And after that strum there, back to the original figure. And that covers the intro and really the main part of this song, Over the Hills and Far Away. Thank you for watching this Guitar Principles guitar lesson. If you'd like to find out how good you could really be on guitar, learn more about the principles. It's the only guitar method in existence that teaches you how to teach your fingers to play like a pro, instead of struggling with every song you try to learn. If you're tired of guitar lessons that just show you what it looks like if you can already do it, and would like to know the real secrets of making your fingers play like a pro, learn more about the principles and all the other teaching resources to be found at guitarprinciples.com. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more one-of-a-kind guitar lessons.